Call me, D.
I got a story to tell. I gotta say, I probably was 14, 15, 16, around that age. And at this time, being a gang member, being a blood period, damn near became a fad. Like, it was ridiculous on how many kids was just fascinated becoming a blood period. Not just gang member, but just a blood. I started hanging with my cousin real tough, who shall remain nameless. For the sake of the video, we'll just call him Luke. And he from another part of Virginia. Bloods down there is definitely serious. In Norfolk, they stamped down there, they certified down there. I don't know if it originated down there or if somebody came from a different state and brung it down there. I don't know the history behind it. He bringing his knowledge per se from Norfolk up here to Richmond. He already decided that's what he was. So he asked me, shit, you want to get down? You want to get down? I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? What I got to do? He was like, man, you ain't got to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you my cousin, so, you know what I'm saying? I can put you on myself. I was like, for real? That's how it worked? But at the time, I'm not knowing this. I'm like, damn, I ain't know it was that easy. All right, bet. Needless to say, I get the flag, and he give me a flag and everything. Tie around my jeans. I'm walking around, nigga. Yeah, I'm wearing all red. I just think I'm the whole shit and nothing else. Stupid nigga. But Richmond, we never really had that thing. I done ran into real gang members from Richmond. I done ran into folk. I done ran into Crips, Bloods, Latin Kings, bro. Like, you never really seen this growing up. It was never really no group of people saying, hey, that's they part of town, or this where they reside at. You know what I'm saying? It was never like that growing up. It still ain't like that today. The most that you gonna run into today is folks, because folks is a fad right now because of Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. When it came to flagging, I'm talking about in school. I'm in high school at the time. We flagging in school, like kids in school banging. We don't know a motherfucking thing about banging, about bloods, about nothing. Cause ain't nobody down here dropping knowledge to us to even know about this. But we flagging like we already know, like we put in work, like we on the set. The gang that I was so-called supposed to be a part of was Bloodhound, B.I.G. And that's all I knew about it. We were at my cousin's house one day, Creighton Court Projects. And we outside, we kicking it. And it was this folk dude around there who ain't like us. I guess he ain't like Bloods. He felt like my cousin was a fake blood. Me, being naive, not knowing what's going on, I'm just riding with cuz. I'm riding with cuzzo. Like, whatever he doing, I'm doing. So the folk dude, his homeboy get out of jail. And just so happened, he coming down the street, he ride around the loop, and when he riding around the loop, like the car in front of us, so we can see the back of the car, and we see the dude in the back seat. He got the red rag around his neck. We can see the rag, and the folk dude like, yeah, that my homeboy right there. He just came home. Yeah, that's the only blood I respect. And I'm just like, man, what the fuck? First, you don't like bloods, but that's the only blood you respect. So he get out the car. He tell dude about us or whatever. So he approached me. He approached me first. And he was like, man, he said, what you banging? I said, BHB. He said, what that is? I said, that's Bloodhound. He started asking me a whole plethora of other shit that I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. I was like, what? When? Huh? He was like, man, bro, how you banging this shit? You don't know your knowledge. I'm like, bro, what knowledge? He was like, who put you on, man? I looked at my cousin. I said, my cousin right there. Like, we don't do the whole buzzo shit. We don't replace our C's with B's. If anything, I ain't never heard a nigga do that in Richmond. Any person I met in Richmond that bang, crip, blood, whatever, I never heard them replace their letters. But back to the story. So guess what my cousin say? When I'm talking about blew the fuck out of me, this what he say. Oh yeah, man, I'm just affiliated, bro. That's my cousin, so. Man, when I say I looked at this nigga and I wanted to choke him, bro. I wanted to knock this nigga out. So the dude looked back at me, and I think he can tell that I'm pissed off right now because I'm looking at my cousin. I think he can tell that I'm looking at him like, man, what the fuck? So he finished talking with me like, man, bro. He said, you know, I'm supposed to knock your motherfucking head off right now, right? I was like, right. Like, he said, I real deal supposed to step on you right now. I was like, yeah, you right. He like, what you banging for? I said, I'm representing. And that's all I said. That's all I could say because I didn't know what else to say. He was like, man, let me get that flag up off you. I gave him the flag. And this is what he say next. He said, so you really want to get down? Do I really want to get down? I'm thinking in my head, so I already followed my fake ass cousin who ain't really about this shit. He got confronted about the shit and folded like a lawn chair. And we got you just got out of prison. Telling me you supposed to kill me over this or do something to me over this. But all you do is take my flag and then ask me if I want to get down. I was good on both of them niggas. I'm like, nigga, I don't respect you either. Now, I ain't say that to him. But in my mind, I'm like, bro, I don't respect neither one of these niggas, bro. My cousin telling me he this and that, but he get confronted and he ain't that. Then you got this nigga saying he's supposed to do something in light of the gang because of the gang, but you don't do it. How the fuck am I supposed to respect you or him? Bro, when I say I was done with that shit right then and there, and it went out of fear. You wanna know why I went out of fear? Because I was stupid. I didn't have no fear because I was dumb. I didn't know how real that shit was. I really didn't know how bad shit could get at that time. At 14, 15, I'm not knowing what this shit could really do to you. I'm thinking this shit just look cool. We wear red, we fuck bitches, and we fuck niggas up if they fuck with us because we a gang. The average ignorant shit. Anything that I'm a part of, I feel like it gotta be real to me. When I thought I was on, like it was a part of my whole life, like I literally thought in my mind that, hey, if I gotta go do this, I'ma do it. And I felt good about that shit. And I think back on it like, what the fuck? I really do this because I want the viewers, I want my audience to know a little about me too. I don't want to just put out content. I want y'all to know me. I want y'all to know what I'm about, what I came from, and what type of person I am, what type of things I had to overcome, what type of lessons I learned. As a youngin', like, you impressionable, you naive, you trying to fit in, and that's normal. And if you lucky enough to have two parents, more importantly a father, save his words. Because you'll definitely be able to cash out on them words at the end. You know what I'm saying? It's too easy to tell somebody why they shouldn't do something versus showing them a better way to do anything. You know, I was blessed enough to have a father who did that for me. I still had outside influences that I latched on to. Nothing overpowered the voice that I had at home. The toxic loop that our community live in, it can actually be broken into a different direction if we really work hard enough and do this shit the right way. I got a life story to tell. We out.
Call me, D.